Next, we turned our attention to Line 5, a topic that is hotly debated in the region. As the pipeline moves forward amidst opposing views, we asked Dr. El-Sayed where he stands on its future and what implications it has for UP residents. And, you know, ostensibly, these are really kitchen table issues. This is people, real people who are worried about their mortgage rates, about getting approved for a loan for a home. Another thing that is very important to their daily budgets is the cost of energy. When we look at some of these maybe esoteric issues like Line 5, they're really concerned about the bottom line of their family daily budget. Line 5, you can see this as an issue. A lot of people say it's a pipeline from Canada to Canada that brings propane to and from there with no real objective benefit to the Upper Peninsula. Other people say that Line 5 brings in jobs that, because it's deteriorating, that is more the reason that they need to build the tunnel. The UP Construction Council, Invest UP have come out in the past week in support of Line 5. Dana Nessel fighting it in court, who might be one of your competitors. What is your position on Line 5, and how do you combat, not just your position on it, but how do you combat the narrative that Enbridge has done a lot of effort to build goodwill in the Upper Peninsula with residents, with business coalitions? What would you want people in the Upper Peninsula really to know about Line 5?
I think big picture, driving up here, it's clear to me that, you know, you all get to take for granted the incredible access to the Great Lakes that you all have. It's truly incredible, and it is the source of some of the most important fresh water in the world, and also some of the most important jobs that are on offer here in the Upper Peninsula. If something were to happen to the Great Lakes, that would be a catastrophe for the Upper Peninsula, for the state of Michigan, for the United States of America, and for the world. And so protecting that is absolutely critical. I am all for creating great jobs. And to be honest, if you're going to build a tunnel around Line 5, I think it's better than not having one. At the same time, I think it's pretty clear that we probably shouldn't run a line that holds, that drives propane and crude oil through the most sensitive part of one of the most important bodies of water in the world, and think that that's a smart thing to do. I want to separate that from the energy crisis. Now, we face increasing energy rates across the state of Michigan, but nowhere is it as bad as it is in the UP, second only to Hawaii, which is an island chain way out in the Pacific. And it's crazy to me that you all got to pay $200, $300 to provide energy for, you know, a 1,500, 2,000 square foot home every single month. And I think if we're serious about addressing that, we've got to lean in to technology. And all of the best investment in technology has given us reducing costs in renewable energies. I know people hear that word and say, oh no, here we go again. But I do think that we need to be thinking about small-scale nuclear, right? The kinds of options that don't require the wind to blow or the sun to shine, which unfortunately in all of Michigan doesn't shine as much as we'd like, and certainly up here in the UP. But we've got to be leaning forward. So in the short term, being able to build a tunnel around Line 5 seems like an approach to making it safer than it otherwise is. Over the long term, I don't think we want oil flowing through the Great Lakes, and over the long term, I do think it needs to be shut down. But that means that we will have invested in high quality renewable energy that brings down the prices on everyday folks. These things are not mutually exclusive. We've just got to be thoughtful about how we can walk and chew gum at the same time.